Okay, so we're going out today. It's another beautiful day. I got the big board out. It's 8 foot by 120. I'm doing the 1540. Of course, I tell myself biggest board, biggest foil, biggest wing on the way here. And then when you get here, you feel the wind and you're like, oh, I could go down to the 4. And that's what I'm going to do. I hope it stays strong because I don't feel like working hard. I want to just glide around on this big board and see what I've been missing. Okay, catch you on the water.
So this is me taking the code 1540 out on a wing. The wind was strong, about 20 to 30 knots, making it easy to get up on foil. But riding the 75 meter mast felt a bit different, as it took a little time to get used to. The board, however, was fantastic, and I realized I should have started with a bigger board earlier. It makes life so much easier. The extra length gave me better pitch control, which felt like a game changer, and just getting up on foil felt even easier. So on the 18th, day 2, I was back on the foil drive. I continued to use the bigger board, which I also really enjoyed. It was forgiving on touchdowns. Again, it got up easier than the 6-foot board, which was not intuitive for me. I would have thought this smaller board was easier to get up, and I was wrong. I thought more volume made it harder to get up, and I was wrong. So this session really made me appreciate what I think James Casey said about why you should learn to foil drive on larger board. Again, the pitch control on the larger board seemed much easier. I also tried another longer selfie stick here to get better angles on the foil. It's a 3-meter stick, which is a bit crazy, but I think it got some good perspective. And my big focus on this day was just getting the pod out of the water and gliding and then going back in. And I had a small wing with some decent pumps, so good day. Okay, so day 3 was all about refining my foot positioning and continuing to work on the glide and pump transitions. It was on this day, I think, that I started wondering whether or not I'm hitting the top speed of the 1540, and that's why when I add additional throttle, nothing really happens, it feels like sometimes. I just don't go any faster. The nose tries to lift, but I don't really get any speed. And I also think I'm using too much throttle just generally, especially with 1540. It's much more sensitive than the 1130 to lift and throttle from the foil drive. So just thinking about that, working on that, and how quickly should you just try to get on foil after you start e-foiling. I think a lot faster than I have been. But again, it's good to just practice the e-foiling. So there's pluses and minuses. At the end of the day, I was a little bit frustrated that this is my 30th foil drive session probably, and I feel like I should be further along, but I guess progress is progress, and I hope I'm going to be able to crack the pumping technique soon. I've also considered switching from 360 filming to regular mode to get a clearer view of the foil. If anyone has any tips, I'd love to hear them. Check out my next video, which is going to show my first 3 or 4 flat water paddle up attempts and what I learned from them. So catch you in that one. Cheers.